we really get to the meat of the presentation with respect to the Elliott wave entry points protective stop placement guidelines. Now again, these are my excuse me, these are my entry points and my protective stop placement guidelines, and I've put them together after years of use, and they demonstrate a very conservative approach to trading. Let me begin. With respect to the motive wave or the impulse wave, my entry point on a position from a trading perspective would be a break below the extreme of wave 4 of 5. So if prices fall to the downside, take out the extreme here of wave 4 or 5, then I can assume a short position against the actual high. With respect to an ending diagonal, what I like to do is I like to wait for the break or the penetration of the extreme of wave 4 before taking a position. Now again, these are very conservative trading guidelines. For example, if you're more aggressive, you may want to begin accumulating short positions as wave 5 develops, especially if wave 3 is shorter than wave 1. Because again, if we go back to the rules and guidelines of the wave principle, what we know is that wave 3 can never be the shortest impulse wave of waves 1, 3, or 5. So if wave 3 is shorter than wave 1, then we know wave 5 must be shorter than wave 3. So if prices push beyond that level, we know we're wrong. So again, if you're a very aggressive type trader, then what you may want to do is begin taking on a short position as wave 5 develops with a stop just above the point at which wave 5 becomes shorter than wave 3. Now, if you're moderately aggressive, moderately conservative, you may want to wait for a break of the trend line, which actually connects 2 and 4. But again, I'm much more conservative with my trading style, and I want to see the extreme of wave 4 give way before I actually do anything. With respect to zigzags, I like to see wave B penetrated before I take advantage of anything. Here we have waves A, B, C. What I do is wait for the extreme of wave B to give way, and then at that point, my initial protective stop would go just below the extreme of wave C. Now, if you recall from, I believe it was possibly the December issue of Monthly Futures Junctures, in Trader's Classroom, I wrote about probably the most important trading rule that I apply. And it's very simple. I want the market to commit to me before I commit to the market. For example, if you're pulling out of your driveway or you're pulling out of your subdivision or possibly a shopping center, and there's a car approaching, but that car approaching has its left turn signal on. Say, for example, it's going to take a left-hand turn and you want to pull out and take a left. Whenever you see the turn signal, do you immediately pull out in front of the car? Of course not. What you do is you wait, you see that turn signal, wait for the car to slow down. Better yet, you wait for the wheels of the car that is approaching to begin to turn. In other words, you wait for that car to commit before you pull out in front of it. Simply pulling out in front of a car with its turn signal on is certainly not safe driving. I like to apply that same rule or that same logic to my trade setups with respect to Elliott wave patterns. Here I have a waves A, B, and C. That's a 3-wave move to the downside. But once prices begin to move beyond the extreme of wave B, that's the market showing me its commitment to me or my analysis. And that point, or with that in mind, then I can make a confident commitment to the market with regard to my positions.